Collins. You're motherfucking
Hi, kids.
Buenos tardes. Buenos tardes. I tried.
There's the Spaniards right there are like, yes! Hi! How is everyone? What portion of the audience is hungover today? Oh, not that many.
You're good. Yeah, hold a minute. Hold a minute. Hold it up.
We're like dogs. That's how we greet each other. What? He's been seasoned.
I've always been seasoned. You're gonna get you. Not that we've embarrassed ourselves. Hi y'all. Good weekend so far?
I like that feature where you just have this little moment to glance at the audience with that spotlight. Can you do that again? That was great. Yes. It's like you're blinded with a flashlight when you can't see for a few minutes after that, right?
I like it too. That's very impressive.
I didn't even realize there were people back there.
Hi. Hey guys. This has been awesome. It's been way too long, and excited to be here.
You're saying the weekend has felt long to you? This weekend has been way too long.
I meant yesterday. Today is not so bad. 3 years since seeing you guys, gals. So thank y'all. And let's go ahead and get to it. Let's start over here.
Hi there. I mean, we come from all over the world to see you, so I'd like to know how far did you travel for an event or concert or anything? For your own pleasure?
What is the furthest you've gone to see a prostitute?
There was this one time in '96. I think so. It was a few years back. It might have been the year before pandemic, where we went, I believe, from London to Rome to Dubai to Australia. Like we circumnavigated the globe one time, and that's probably the most for fun and pleasure. You?
A lot of this wasn't pleasure. Some of it was pain. But one and the same. I think that I flew 350,000 miles last year.
Wow. Seriously?
Yeah.
That's
impressive.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's 1,000 miles a day.
I was flying back and forth across the country at least once a week, and then going to conventions. So there was a lot. So
are you give status on every single airline right now?
No, it's just Delta. And it turns out, if my show doesn't get picked up again, like Delta doesn't fly anywhere that I want to go, other than Atlanta to LA. There you go. What about you? Where are you coming from?
I'm coming from Germany, so this is probably the furthest
No way.
This is the furthest you've gone for pleasure.
Yes. Venice and Rome, yes.
How far have you gone for pain? Also here. Queen? Queen? Well, thank you. Aquí, en español. Well, thank you for coming here to see us out of your comfort zone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Jared, we need to talk.
I can't tell you how many conversations have started that way with me.
The last episode, Supernatural.
Yes.
Who is responsible for the wig? I want to know.
best if I just tweet it, so we can all have it. Yeah, that. Fair enough. Well played.
I don't even know what this is, so is there a continuity problem?
No. The wig.
Oh, the wig! I thought you said wick, like there was a, now I know what you're talking about, but I thought it was like a candle wick that was like, in one take it was like burnt out.
Every cosplayer would have done it better.
Why don't you fucking prove it?
So here's what's really going to cook your noodle. That was actually Jared's real hair.
That's the only scene in Supernatural where it's just my real hair.
That's a wig.
Solid's a wig. Yeah. So I don't think I ever worn a wig on Supernatural before. I don't think I had. No. So I had never been fitted for a wig in 326 prior episodes. And that day of filming was basically all of Sam going. So it just usually to put a wig on properly and make sure it's all fitted, you do a big fitting, it takes a few hours, they make some changes. And so I think logistically, especially because it was post-COVID and we were up in Vancouver and we didn't have much time to finish the show we all know and love, it was kind of like, we gotta go. But yeah, still a good story, asshole. Just kidding. Good story, bravo. Thank you.
So I'm also from Germany, and if I'm not mistaken, you have German roots as well, Jared?
I do, yeah.
Yes, and I was wondering, I know you both have been in Berlin, but have either of you been anywhere else in Germany?
Yeah, Munich,
Düsseldorf.
Yeah.
I went to
Bad Neuenhauer?
God bless you. Gesundheit.
Frankfurt?
I have not been in Nuremberg.
No.
I did end up in Frankfurt after me and my good old friend Richard Spade stopped the train en route to, what was the place called outside of Frankfurt? Mannheim, Frankfurt, Munich. I went to Schloss Neuschwanstein. I have a question for you, a legit question. If you met a fellow German with the last name K-A-M-M-E-R, how would you say that? Kamir?
E-R, Kamir.
Yeah. Okay, Kamir. Because that's my mother's maiden name is Kamer, but I guess it's Kamir, K-A-M-M-E-R.
Do you know where your roots are in Germany?
Within the country. Maybe not a funny joke right now, but I'm basically half Polish and half German.
Jared, come.
Jared, come here.
Come here.
I hear that all the time. Maybe people are just calling you about my original name. Jared, come here. Okay. Yeah, I love Germany, and I will be back in Germany with Cliffy in about a month doing a USO tour. So. Yeah, we'll be around there, and Poland for the first time in my life. So,
How of you have any relatives in Poland?
I think we do.
But you don't have contacts or knowledge of a family tree there that you
No, I should look it up. I should look it up and try to find out where the other. I think my best guess is when I go to Poland, everybody looks like me.
It's actually true.
Yes.
Do a lot of the. Have you ever met a Padalecki?
No. But Polish people tend to be blonde. At least all the people I know. No? I'm sorry, no.
Jared's natural hair is also blonde.
You saw it in the finale. It's a little stringy. Yeah, I'm very excited. How far have you traveled for pleasure or pain from Germany?
Well, to South Africa, but not for conventions or anything, but I lived there for a year, so.
Where?
In Johannesburg, but I traveled a lot to South Africa.
Awesome, yeah, beautiful. Dankeschön.
Dankeschön.
first one?
It's my first trip coming up.
Hey, we've done 12 of these. Where have you been? Touche.
My question is for season 14, episode 15, Peace of Mind, where you play Justin.
Remember seats.
Like 2 minutes into it?
Because it's my first and favorite episode of all of the episodes ever. I think it's the most fun for me personally. And I would like to ask you, what was it like filming it, reading the script for the first time? Tell us.
Of course. You know what's funny is that we were talking about this earlier, and he talked about how much he wanted to answer the question first.
Well, as you know, in that episode, we had a lot of. I mean, there was obviously a lot of build up to it, and then we had the scenes that we did, and
we were in it,
and subsequently we reflected on it. And do you remember that?
I totally do. What was that episode about?
We have no idea what you're talking about.
That's the episode where Sam drinks a milkshake in this special
I think you love
and
that
Sam
episode.
has no idea what the fuck is going on.
Yes, I think more accurately, there was a sequence in there where Misha had no idea what the fuck was going on. I do specifically remember sitting on top of you.
You were
licking your face.
I would say sitting is not the right word. You imagine me.
Correct. And so I had, as one does, I had to lick his face.
There was a moment in this episode where Sam is possessed and he tackles Cass to the ground, and I was pinned there.
I'm not like
for 15 minutes.
Show it again, Sean.
Prove it.
Show it.
This is happening.
the secret works.
The secret works. My vision board is coming to pass. She very carefully curated that question just to see you mount me. So no joke. The cameras were rolling for close to 15 minutes. In one take, and the director just let it keep rolling.
It was supposed to be a show.
And Jared was saying things to me. He was whispering things to me. He was groaning things to me. He was touching me in ways that kind of sort of bridged the divide between pleasure and pain.
I flew in from Germany for that scene.
Phil Sagrisha, who was our producer-director, who also always puts together the gag reel, was like, he was drooling the whole time. Because this was gag reel gold. And I think I at times was actually gagging too, so it was perfect. Too far. Ironically, so Phil like lets it roll until I think at some point I eventually fainted, and Phil lets it keep rolling, and he says this is going to be great for the gag reel, and then he sent a text later saying, "Hey guys, I watched the footage again. Do you remember this? Watched the footage again, and I decided it would be best just to delete it because we could all lose our careers. So the footage is now gone, or more likely in Phil's private stash.
It's somewhere on live link. So y'all find it, please.
Hell yeah!
Yeah. That was a really fun episode this year.
The camera operators had tears running down their faces. I had tears running down my face for a reason. And also I think some of your drool running down my face.
That was some drool.
You're such a bad influence.
So, in the initial seasons of Supernatural, it's not that long, come on. So in the initial seasons of...
Sorry, there's some hecklers in the front. You said not that long, someone said that's what she said.
I did say that. Anyway, again, so in the initial seasons of Supernatural,
Well, it is getting a bit long, isn't it?
Whenever somebody was possessed by a demon, Sam Dean would try and save them with exorcism. But once you got the ruby knife, it was a stab here and a stab here. Was that ever a discussion? Was there ever a discussion around it, or did you just completely ignore it?
There probably was a discussion among the writers and producers that we weren't made privy to. Ultimately, I think they wanted to go, hey, let's turn Sam and Dean into Dexter just ever so slightly and see if the fans forgive us. There were, I think, seasons 1 through probably 3 or 4 were the writers largely just trying to figure out what they could put on camera and still have people enjoy the show. Cricky, it shows on the boys for those who have watched, but Cricky would talk about if they wrote a script and in the script they wanted Sam and or Dean to behead 2 vampires at the end of the script, and they turned that script in, then the studio and or network would send their notes in and be like, 2 vampires is too many, just behead 1. And so what they started doing is in early drafts of the scripts, they would have them crash a car in the first act, and then kill a werewolf in the second act, and then, stab a shapeshifter in the third act, and then by the time, long story short, they'd have Sam and Dean do a lot worse stuff, so that they could keep the 2 vampire beheadings in the end. Because then the studio would be like, hey, you can't kill a bus load full of children, so just go ahead and cut that. And so they would ask for the moon and into the stars kind of thing. So I think they wanted to see how far they could push the envelope. And I think we were able to really push the envelope for the remainder of the show.
So all the demons were possessing innocent people, right? And you guys and I did it. I did some of that as well, but we killed a lot of civilians. And the question is, and I'm sure some fan at some point has figured it out, but what is the total civilian body count? How many hundreds? Thousands?
The limit doesn't exist.
What's that?
There is no number.
There is no number. It's infinity. But nobody talks about that. I watched this show that was really cool. It was these 2 brothers and this angel. They were serial killers, and they had no remorse. That's the definition of sociopaths.
It really is. You ever hear about, have y'all watched Batman in general? Yeah. So Batman, if you really break it down, it's about a billionaire killing the mentally handicapped. Was that a downer? Fuck off. Yes, we were serial killers that season.
After you go in.
Alright, well, we love you back. Thank you.
That's very forgiving. Thank you.
Hi, Misha Jared. It's not really a question, but a request, because I asked...
The mounting thing? You want to see the mounting? Too much? Too much?
I asked Misha yesterday to say hello in Bulgarian, he did brilliantly, and I want to ask if you can do hello Dean in your Castiel voice, which is Zdravej Dean. Zdravej Dean.
Zdravej Dean.
You can try Supernatural in Bulgarian. It's Sprch естествен.
Will you give it to me again?
Sprch естествен.
Is that assistant?
test, but no. it's really complicated for you, I guess.
Sprook, SSLD.
Nailed it.
That just reminds me, we used to always go, oh, there it is. Oh, it's the body count.
Body count. Non-bystander. Holy shit. According to this page,
2,100 in that one episode.
from Angels were in 162 episodes. Suzanne, quit texting. In episodes with Angels, there were 2,138 non-bystander deaths. Non-bystander. I'm not sure.
Angels.
How many?
Angels.
So death total.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
Whoa. That sucks.
Wait, what? Oh. Well, to the prior question, we also did cause the apocalypse.
So yeah, that one is 250 million, right? That's a big number.
So I mean, but there's an average between 334 billion, 400 million, 8,823.
Because whole universes we destroyed.
Yeah, right. And 334 billion, 400 million, 28,186, give or take. Thank you. Hey.
Hi.
Germany also.
Yeah.
It's not.
That's Russian.
I tried. Okay.
I'm from France.
Yeah.
Wait. We're in France.
Around Paris.
So it's not we, it's we.
Yeah. So, the person before me literally asked the question I was about to ask.
You want us to kick her ass? How dare you?
So, I'm gonna do another one. I wanted to know if y'all if y'all have regrets that there wasn't more scene with Sam and Cass, just the two of us, just the two of them. Because there is a real friendship, but it's only evoked, and we never really see them two together.
We had conversations with the producers about this, but the consensus generally was that the chemistry between us was so powerful that it would overshadow all of the other characters. And part of the problem was they had a contract with Jensen, so they still had to use him. And they were afraid that the audience would be completely disinterested in the Dean character. There was too much screen time between the two of us, and that made sense. So it was sort of like we had to just make room, we had to make space for the lesser, characters or the relationships that just didn't have any spark.
I think that's probably true, more true than you would imagine, and I think also true is probably when they were in the writer's room, they were like, man, if Misha and Jared get on the set together, they're going to be fucking around so much. Jared's going to have his foot in Misha's crotch, and Misha's going to be...
Right, I mean, that one take. Like, how much did that cost Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah.
They write in the writer's room, like, Sam tackles Cass, and they have to call the line producer and be like, listen, I know this is going to cost a lot. It's going to cost more than blowing up a Mack truck, but it's really important for the story. Can we afford it?
It may have been 3 words in the script, like Sam tackles Cass, and we may have done like 4 pages in an hour. Those 3 words, Sam tackles Cass, probably took like 3 hours. So they were like, we can't do this anymore. But on a serious note, I fucking loved my time on camera with this guy. and it was really fun because I know Misha, and Misha's goofy and intelligent and kind. And, I mean it. I wouldn't say this if he was in front of me, but he's technically beside me. So I enjoyed working with him. I can't wait, and I hope to work with him again.